Do you ever feel like there just aren't enough hours in the day? Well, what if I told you that the problem might not be how many hours that you have, but maybe how you're managing them? Today, we're unpacking 3 of the most common time management mistakes that you could be making. Let's identify and fix those mistakes and help you reclaim your time. Mistake number 1, not prioritizing tasks. Now, it happens to us all. We wake up one morning determined to make a change in our lives and dive just straight into our to-do list. But here's the thing, not all tasks are created equal. Think about it this way. Imagine you're building a business. Are you going to spend all of your time perfecting your email signature or reaching out to potential clients? One of these tasks are going to move the needle, the other not so much. That's where prioritization comes in. It's all about figuring out what really matters and focusing all of your energy there. But here's the problem. When you don't prioritize your tasks, you end up just like a hamster on a wheel. You're busy, sure, really busy, but you're not getting anywhere. You just might knock out a bunch of small tasks, but those big, important tasks are still sitting there untouched. So how do we fix this? One tool I absolutely love is called the Eisenhower Matrix. It's simple, but so very, very powerful. With this matrix, you categorize your tasks into 4 groups. Your first group are your top priorities. This list is going to be made up of those tasks that are both urgent and important. These are the ones that you're going to need to tackle ASAP. Group number 2 is going to be those that are made up of your important but not urgent tasks. These are the tasks that are important, but you have a little more time to get them done. So you're going to want to schedule those as soon as you can. The third group of tasks are those that you can delegate. These are the ones that are urgent, but not as important as your top priorities. Another way that you can think of these tasks are, these are the ones that need to be done promptly, but not necessarily by you. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And the last group of tasks are being the ones that you can either postpone or even eliminate. These are made up of the ones that are neither urgent nor important. Take a minute and evaluate these tasks and really consider how they work towards your goals and desires, if they do at all. If they truly do add some value towards them, I would just recommend writing them down and then maybe coming back to them later. And if not, don't be afraid to just let them go. At the end of the day, it's not about how many tasks you complete, but about the impact that those tasks have towards your goals. So, take a step back and prioritize your task and just watch how it transforms your productivity. Now that we've talked about something that you should definitely start doing, let's move on to something that you should absolutely stop doing. And that's overcommitting. For some people, it's a whole lot easier just to say yes to everything than it is to say no. But doing that is a surefire way to become overwhelmed and eventually burn out. Overcommitting is like trying to pour in a gallon of water into a pint-sized glass. It just doesn't work. Some key indicators that you may be struggling with overcommitting are that you have a hard time saying no. For some, saying no can feel almost impossible because of the tremendous guilt that they have or fear that they have of displeasing others. Your next sign is constantly feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. And your third sign is neglecting self-care. And I'm not just talking about forgetting to do your eyebrows or your skincare routine, but even skipping meals and lacking regular exercise. But the ultimate sign that you struggle with overcommitting is burnout. Burnout is a serious result of taking on too much, and it often shows up as feeling totally worn out, becoming cynical about work, and not performing as well. You might even feel disconnected from your responsibilities and just generally unhappy. By now, you might even be thinking, but Gabby, how do I stop? I've been like this for so long. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Here are a few steps that you can take that have really helped me in recent years that you can use to help you learn how to say no and take back control. First, hit the pause button. So when someone asks you to do something, don't just instantly say yes. Take a moment, breathe, and really think about it. Get clear on your priorities, and if this new task doesn't align with your goals or you simply don't have the time for it, remind yourself that it's okay to say no. Then be honest and direct. No matter what that guilt is telling you inside your head, you don't need to write a novel explaining why you can't. A simple, "I can't take this on right now," works wonders. It could even be useful to have a few phrases ready in your mind so that you can be prepared for moments like this. I'll leave a few on the screen for you so you can screenshot and save for later. Feel free to adjust any of these phrases to better fit your style. However, there is one thing that I strongly feel that you should not say no to, and that's to subscribing to my channel. I recently launched this channel and I have a goal to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can, please take a couple seconds and hit that subscribe button down below. This is going to help me reach that goal, but also more viewers like you. Back to the video. At the end of the day, your time is your most valuable asset. So by learning to manage your commitments, you're not only preventing yourself from becoming overwhelmed and burnout, but you're also setting yourself up for success. And mistake number 3 is not having a clear schedule. Without structure, it's all too easy to lose track of time. Now I get it. The idea of planning out every single hour of the day sounds about as much as fun as watching paint dry. But here's the thing. Without a schedule is like going on a road trip without GPS. You might eventually get there, but you're going to take a lot of wrong turns and add on unnecessary time to your trip. When you don't have a schedule, your stress levels will go through the roof and you're constantly playing catch up and feeling like you're just drowning in tasks and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Then, when you get tired of being in this state, you decide to try to do something about it and you end up spending way too much time on all the small stuff, while the big important tasks get pushed to the back burner. So here's what you do. Create a schedule that actually works, because scheduling is always effective and works for everybody. But the style of scheduling is what we need to figure out that's going to work best for us. First, pick your weapon of choice. Whether it's a fancy app or a good old-fashioned paper planner, find what works best for you. Then, prioritize like a boss. And I say this because bosses know how valuable their time is, so they're not going to waste their time on things that don't get them closer to their goals. Schedule your most important tasks when you're at your peak energy levels. This is where that matrix comes into play. Once you have your priorities laid out, start scheduling them using another method that fits you best. One of them that I recommend is called time blocking. Assign specific blocks of time for each task, starting with those that are in your urgent and important tasks, those top priorities. Just don't forget to schedule breaks. Trust me, your brain is going to thank you for it. Also, don't forget to review and adjust regularly. This is what's going to help you tailor it to fit you and your lifestyle the best. Because what worked last week might not work this week. So don't be afraid to be flexible and willing to change things up when needed. Speaking of flexibility, make sure to leave some wiggle room in your schedule, because let's face it, life happens to us all and we need to be able to roll with the punches. Remember, time is your most valuable asset. Manage it wisely. Let me know in the comments down below what time management strategies that work for you and maybe some that don't. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.